Antonio Brown, and it's stuff coming out every hour on this, if not even more frequently. But you know the deal. He skipped a few practices before their last regular season game, which was a must-win for the playoffs. He threw the football at Ben Roethlisberger.
He was imitating Ben Roethlisberger because the throw was at his feet.
Right.
No, but this is what I was saying.
But you think he's doing the right? He wants out. We believe. You think he's doing the right thing?
Just like Jimmy Butler got out of Minnesota by acting stank. Chris, I know it's not professional, but we're not talking about that. I think in order to really get out of Pittsburgh, and it's not, like I said, I don't think that they really want to give up a talent like that. I don't.
No, who does?
I don't think they do. But if you make enough of a stink and you don't return Ben Roethlisberger's texts and phone calls, and you follow them on Twitter.
He did that too?
Yeah, he did that. He unfollowed the Pittsburgh Steelers on social media. You do all that kind of stuff, and now he's following the San Francisco 49ers. So he's following them instead, and you do all that kind of stuff. That's how you get yourself traded. So if I'm another team, I wouldn't be bothered by it because I get it. I understand that's your only way of probably getting what you want, make it so miserable that they say, enough is enough. I don't want him here anymore. Let's get rid of him.
I don't have a problem with all of that. I don't have a problem with unfollowing the Pittsburgh Steelers on Twitter. I don't have a problem with flirting with the other players around the league who are saying, oh, they want you to come play for them.
Oh, yes.
I don't have a problem with you putting yourself in the San Francisco 49ers uniform on Instagram or Twitter or whatever it was. I don't have a problem with any of that. I don't even have a problem with you saying you want to be traded.
Which he hasn't formally done yet.
What I have a problem with is you in the biggest game of the season for your team not showing up for practice and essentially not showing up for the game. I know he showed up thinking he going to play.
Now, ain't no way he thought he was going to play.
I think he thought he was going to play. He had gotten away with so much before.
But not
and
practicing.
Like you said, I think he felt like we got to win this game.
They need me.
They going to play me. And they did the right thing. But kudos to Mike Tomlin because he did the right thing for not playing.
You would lose the whole locker room.
Oh, man.
You would lose the whole locker room if he did that.
That's my main problem, Rob.
Okay. I understand
That's my because that now, if I'm another team, I am wondering. And you can talk about Odell Beckham and all that he's done. None of that even comes close to what Antonio Brown did. He's yelled at offensive coordinators and teammates on the sidelines. He's thrown over water chest and this and that.
Well, he was just
all
trying
the other stuff he's done. I'm fine with that.
He was trying to water the grass. That was it.
Right. You can live with that. What I can't live with is you not showing up for any game, but the most important game of the season.
No, I get you.
Don't tell me you want to win. Don't tell me you care. Even if you've made up in your mind at that point, I want out.
Now,
you still have to show up and play.
Here's my counter to that, and I totally agree with you. That's totally different from what he's doing now.
Right.
That's inexcusable. You got to go to practice, be a professional, even if you're not happy with the situation. So I'm with you. I'm not going to make excuses for him. But when he gets into that interview with that other team and those other people who see his obvious talent, because the guy's a talented guy.
Great.
That ain't even up for debate. He'll have to make a case on he does want to win. He understands that stuff. It was a mistake on his part. Just own it. If he comes into you, Chris, and you're the general manager, and he says, I never should have done that. I acted immature. I've grown since then. I understand that when things aren't always going to go my way, but I need to be a professional. I need to be there for my team, for my teammates, for my organization, for my city. You know what I mean? Yeah. And for me. I need to do that. That was wrong, and I'll never do that again. All I want to do is play football, win, and be happy. And I think I could do that here with this organization. If I hear that as a GM, I'm okay with it.
So you're buying that hook, line, and sinker?
I'm all in.
he needs to say that wherever he's at.
But
I'm not totally buying it. Now, I'm not saying that means I won't trade for him.
okay, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not totally buying it because I'm sure in the past, people, when your back's against the wall, when you want something, you say whatever you need to say.
But some people don't. They never give in or never accept it or claim responsibility. Some people won't, and they'll be stubborn.
Give you that.
Those people,
but a lot of people say stuff that they don't really mean.
I get that.
But here's the thing,
he
Rob,
at least has to acknowledge it to me.
It's going to be tough for them to trade him just because of the financial ramifications for themselves.
And I know there was a story, in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette?
Yeah, and it says they won't be, it'd be $21 million of dead money. It really, with a lot of different things in his contract, it could be more like $6 million. But it still is.
It ain't that easy.
No, it's still something you don't really want to do for financial reasons and for his talent. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, Rob, because I think Ben Roethlisberger is part of the problem. Roethlisberger is part of the problem. I think Antonio
he played poorly this year.
Right.
Man.
Antonio Brown feels like, Ben gets away with everything and there's a little resentment there. I think also, unfortunately for Antonio, he's selfish and he's bothered that Juju Smith-Schuster, the other receiver, the number 2 receiver, was the team MVP, voted by his teammates.
And he had more receptions.
More receptions, more yards, even though AB had more touchdowns. I think that
bothered him. He had 15 and 15 games.
Look, the dude is incredible. But here's the thing. If I'm the Steelers, I'm getting Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger, and AB, Antonio Brown, in a room together. And maybe Art Rooney or, somebody from the higher up.
You're going to have security in there too?
If I need to.
You might need it.
But I'm sitting down like men. And let's discuss this. Ben, you have to make changes. AB, you have to make changes.
Don't forget.
AB is acting like he's 13 years old. I'm sorry. He's acting like he's 13 years old.
No, it's definitely immature.
You're 30.
Part of it, though, and I'm not talking about I will never endorse a guy not going to practice and doing what he's supposed to. But I understand why he's acting up now, acting out. We talked about it with the Jimmy Butler thing. That was his way, his ticket out, and you know what he got? He got his wish. He got to go elsewhere, and he's playing for a team that's playing for something instead of being in Minnesota with the guys he didn't want to no longer play with.
That,
did he not? He won.
Yeah. But this is a little bit different. Antonio has his money. He's in a great situation. Again, if you're the Steelers, I'm not just trading him. I'm trying to work it out. I'm trying to get AB and Antonio Brown to go to the teammates. And just what you said, look, I was wrong. I'm trying to get him to do that. And maybe Ben needs to say something to the team too, because he hasn't been the best leader. Ben probably had needs a bad to say year, something to AB.
And Ben was ripping teammates on the radio.
I mean, look, you got to have a behind closed doors, heart to heart. And I'm going to say this too, even though we in the media, Ben, Antonio, Tomlin, whatever executives in the meeting, don't be texting it to a writer.
What do you mean, Chris? What are you trying to say?
I'm being honest. Because I think that bothers. Look, it's fine for stories to break and all that. Business. I know. I'm saying even though we're in the media and you want that, if I'm in this room with these guys and we're going to have a heart to heart, everybody needs to know it doesn't leave this room. It doesn't leave the room. That's the only way I can trust you. And so they need to have a heart-to-heart, talk it out like men. That's one thing. I hate when men scramble around and can't talk to each other about something.
Hey, on line one is the Pittsburgh media. They told you to be quiet.
I get it, because I want people to leak it too to me and you and all that stuff. But for the benefit of our organization, you can't do it. Your relationship with that teammate or that coach has to be stronger than your relationship to some reporter. Just keeping it real.
No, I
from
understand.
Their perspective.
But there's always people who are out there, and people love to talk. You know that. You've been in the business for 25 years.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.